Good morning to everyone on Facebook. It's Marty again with Marty's Everyday Gospel. I decided to name this show that because I want to begin making a little series of videos like this that will just show you how Jesus is an everyday Jesus, and not just Jesus of the, sitting in the church, not just Jesus in the Bible that you read about, Jesus every day. What he means to me and should mean to, all of us every day. He should be a part of our everyday lives. And I just wanted to start this series to show you how he is a part of my everyday life, and he can be in yours too. There'll be so many blessings if you bring him into every day with you. I want to tell a little story today, a family story of my own family. It's something that happened to me, which is, of course, a testimony to the Lord. I'm a former columnist for the Advertiser-Herald newspaper. I had a religious column in the Advertiser-Herald here in Banfield, South Carolina, for about a year and a half, called Spread the Word. And I wrote a series of articles, a lot of it about some of my family history, and tying it in with the Lord. I wanted to mention one of them that I had written about my grandmother in North Carolina. Her name was Pansy Smith Joyner, and she loved to sew and make quilts and crochet, and she was really expert at it. And we used to go see her, and I remember on her wall, I was just amazed. I would see pulleybones, and she had taken them. She was very creative, and she had crocheted around the pulleybones and made little thimble holders out of the pulleybones. I just loved those pulleybones, and I was in awe of them as a little girl, So I always remembered my grandmother every time Thanksgiving came around, and I was grown and I cooked my own turkey for my family. So I'd try to save those pulleybones, which I have quite a few. I always searched for the biggest pulley-bone. I always remembered my grandmother, so I saved my little pulley-bones in memory of being a child, seeing my grandmother's pulley-bones. Of course, they were crocheted in different beautiful colors and everything. Well, a very strange thing happened to do with this. After I had written the article in the newspaper about my grandmother's pulley-bones, and I called her a pulley-bone aficionado, a collector. So, my sister had read the article, and of course she remembered the pulleybones, my sister Pansy. Unbeknownst to me, someone had contacted my sister who had taken over my grandmother's old house. They had sold it. Now, this was probably a year after I had written the article about the pulleybones. And I didn't know it. My sister went up there, and the man had called her and told her, "We found some things of your grandmother's in North Carolina." So my sister says, "Wow, there might be something valuable up there. I'm going to go up there, So she goes up there, and it was about 2 or 3 weeks when she got back. One day she came by. She said, "I have something to give you, Martha." Now remember, I had written about those pulleybones. I probably hadn't seen my grandmother's pulleybones in 30 or 40 years. I was a little girl, probably 8 to 9 years old. I'm dating myself. Anyway, my sister brought one of the pulleybones. There was one pulley-bone that the man had found in the house, and I know the Lord sent me that pulley-bone because I had written about my grandmother's pulley-bones. And I'd also wondered, well, did my grandmother make it into heaven? I kind of sought the Lord on that question also, and I think I got an answer. Now, I don't know if it's my grandmother maybe giving me a message from beyond, because sometimes you have to watch all that, because the Bible says you can't communicate with the dead and they can't communicate with you. So you have to be very careful about that. But I believe the Lord allowed me to know about my grandmother being with him, because I'm going to show you, first of all, before I show you the pulley-bone, the two things my sister brought me. Now tell me this isn't a message from beyond. This is an old picture, I know, from a dime store, and I know it's what my art professor would call kitsch, which means like trashy little art, cheap little art. But it's precious to me because I'm going to pull back and roll back so you can see this. This was given to me from my sister along with the Pulleybone, which came out of my grandmother's house. Now, as you can see, it's one of these old things that had a light. It had some kind of little fake roses around it, but it's Jesus walking on the water. I tend to think that the Lord was showing me that my grandmother is with him. She had this picture of Jesus in her house. And also, I'm going to show you the Pulleybone. I keep it in a little black velvet case, jewelry case, but like a little family heirloom. I cannot believe the Lord sent me one of the Pulleybones. How awesome is the Lord? He's so good to me. Now this is really faded. I believe that at one time it was bright blue. You're really going to have to use your imagination. And I'm going to hold it up, and it's real old. I'm keeping it, you know, very special because it's very old. And you have to look close. It's a thimble holder. It's a Pulleybone upside down. This is what she crocheted out of Pulleybones. This is the little thimble holder right there, crocheted. It was probably bright blue or either pale blue. And these are ribbons. This right here is a ribbon. She made little bows, ribbon bows. And see, she had a little pin at the top. And she hung them with, see. Now, is that precious or what? I cannot believe I wrote the article about her Pulleibones in tribute to my grandmother. And the Lord sent me. What are the odds of that? If some of you remember my pie onion ring video, I'm going to tell you the odds of me receiving this too when the house was already sold. It was already sold, and the man only found a few things of my grandmother's and called my sister. And these are the things two things that I received. This was directly from the Lord to me. I just know it. I just wanted to show you that, and I keep it in my little jewelry case where, you know, it was a necklace, bought a little black velvet jewelry case. And then I keep these little cases. I have several of them. I'll show them to you. Look, they're neat little black velvet cases. If you receive some nice jewelry from a jewelry store, you will get one of these. I think these came from K Jewelers, by the way. Anyway, I put them. I have a family heirloom box. It's black velvet also. See? It's actually one of those pictorial graduation boxes, so I'm stealing it and going to put like some family heirloom picture in the front. So this is my little goodies. My family heirloom. I keep some of my mother's old jewelry in here. Yes, I do. See, I have little boxes in there. All sorts of little things. One day I'm waiting to put these on some cowboy boots. I mean, these are awesome, but I've never used them yet. They're tips for cowboy boots. Wow. Silver and gold. I'm sure they're plated, but pretty nice. So this goes on the back of the boot. I've really got to get a nice set of boots. I'm waiting for some of those I guess eel or ostrich boots. It's got to be something really nice for me to put these on. But anyway, this is my little family heirloom box, and this is something my sister made. My mother's name's on it. My sister crocheted this. It's actually a little pin cushion at the top. See, we're pin cushion. Of course, my mother's gone on now. She see inside you stuck needles, little sewing things. And I keep more little boxes of things, and I have whole boxes of my mother's old earrings. I keep them, and I also have what I call a little family history cabinet. I'll bring that one day and show it to you. Where I just keep 3 little glass shelves, and I put some of my mother's old earrings, all of my grandparents' little doodads, and I put them there for display so that I can show them to my grandchildren and show them the little history cabinet. They can see this belonged to Grandma so-and-so, this belonged to Grandpa so-and-so, and I can tell a little bit of the family history from my little cabinet, because they'll say, "What is this, Grandma?" And I can tell them. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that's my little everyday gospel for today. and to show you the goodness of what the Lord does and can do for us. And He really does love us. If we would just include Him in our everyday life and seek Him first about things, He really does love us, and He will reveal things and give you little perks like this. I could never have planned that. Only the Lord could do that in His goodness. And He loves you, and He loves me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day today. I'm going to intend on enjoying the beautiful day today. Okay, stand by for my next Everyday Gospel. I love y'all. Bye-bye.